Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. I'm outside Stamford Bridge after a 2-2 draw against Bournemouth in the Premier League. And, in terms of the standard, it's, it was an entertaining first half, wasn't it? It was an entertaining first half. And I'm reminded of Newcastle in the sense that once you get to a point when you've lifted the crowd up, you just don't have that final piece of the puzzle. You know, it's 2-2 or you're up, whatever it is. Where's the killer blow? Where's the composure to show that we can close out this match? And the answer is, in recent weeks, we haven't had it. We haven't had that composure. And I was having debates with people in Matthew Harding Lower saying, what do you think of Maresca? Okay, cool. So let's talk about Maresca. Is everything that Maresca does perfect? No. But then I've got fans coming up to me and saying, you know, we've had these managers and Di Matteo won us the Champions League and he wasn't a good manager, so Maresca must be even worse. What? These guys had Drogba and Lampard and Terry and Cech. Not Garnacho and flipping Gittins and João Pedro and Delap. Should I go on? It's a different level. It's a different standard. As much as we want to try and bring it all together as one Chelsea standard, it's not. It's a different level. And speaking of standards, my camera light has just died out as well, but that's okay. But what I'm seeing right now is capitulation from a team that ultimately was supposed to be striving for success, striving to achieve something more than they did last season. And now we're wondering if we can even achieve the bare minimum. Title talks. What is a title to Chelsea? Is a title even winning a trophy? Is a title fourth place? Is it third place? What is a title? And me personally, I still hold out a little bit of hope. I've got a bit of hope, but that will diminish if this run of results continues. We're still in the Carabao Cup. We've still got Napoli and Pavos in the Champions League. It's not over. We are within touching distance. We're basically still a Champions League team as it stands right now, right? So let's not act like we've capitulated and we're now in a relegation spot. But the distance between where we are now and where we could be is not actually that much on both sides. I mean, everyone talks about Arsenal. We're not competing with Arsenal. We're competing with Liverpool. We're competing with those guys. So if we can maintain that level, then I don't have a huge problem if we're also able to push on other fronts, because we are juggling, yeah? We're not juggling Conference League, we're also juggling Champions League. So there's been a level of empathy from me this season that last season I wouldn't have had, because last season you were able to play toss-in all of the Conference League games. You see what happens in a Champions League game when you do that. Last season, you were able to play 2-11. You had Dewsbury Hall. And now if you did that in the Champions League instead of Parma, we'd be having a different conversation. Although I say that, some of you might even take Dewsbury Hall at the moment. That's the God honest truth. But for me, I just want us to get over this blip and grow from it. Because right now it looks to me like Chelsea are, and we are, a group of boys. We're not men. And they're going to struggle in these circumstances when all the fans are booing the substitutions, when they're booing you at full time. You didn't lose the game, but it feels like a loss. And they're booing the project overall because they don't believe in it. And why would you? Why would you believe in private equity FC when ultimately it's constantly dangling the carrot? How much longer do I have to go on the flipping treadmill before I can just bite it, It's like when you have a dog and you've got a bone at the end of it. I'm just running. And I thought I had a taste of success last year. And what is success now? I think that there's a very good argument. I hope I'm wrong, but I think there's a very good argument that Chelsea achieved the pinnacle of what they can achieve under Clear Lake last season. And I'm not saying you should be happy with it, but I'm saying that's what it is. That is the reality of what Chelsea are at the moment. Because if we're not able to get results consistently against mid-table teams, do you honestly think we're gonna push for league titles over Arsenal, who've been competing for years and years and years, and strengthening and investing and genuinely pushing to try and win it, and they still can't do it? So what divine right do we have? There should be an expectation to win. But that comes from more than just the fan base, unfortunately. And as it stands, I'm not running the club. If there's an election coming up, let me know. I can apply. But maybe there's a conflict of interest, actually, with this. I don't know. But the point is very simple. It's a different time. It's a different time, and nobody's saying you have to accept it. But don't be surprised when you look at the moves that we've made over the past few years to get to a stage where we are now sustainably mid. You know, what is the name of the investment group? If you actually look at Blueco, it's not just Blueco, it's Midco. That's the name of it. That's the name of the group that runs Chelsea. That's the umbrella. Midco. Can you believe it? They could have chose any name and they chose Midco. Classic. Now, I will say this, there is some hope in the sense that, and this is years down the line, maybe Clear Lake don't have the success they want and they sell their shares to Bowley. Honestly, I think that's the best outcome that we can get over this. And people will still go, Alex, why are you supporting Bowley? I'm not. But I'm saying that you'll get more out of this team with Bowley running it than you will with a private equity firm. The end game of private equity is to go into a business, make it more profitable, and sell it for a profit. Bowley wants to be in this game for a long time, and he has proven at the Dodgers to be successful. That is all we have. If you think that there's another Russian oligarch or a Saudi investor or whatever it is that's going to pinch up Chelsea, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Not anytime soon. So, I mean, if I'm giving you any hope in terms of the ownership, that's all I've got. Apart from that, I've got nothing. Which is that, I'm very disappointed today. I'm very disappointed. I'm trying to build an argument because I believe that Maresca is a good manager. And then I see some of the subs and I'm like, ugh. I get why you're doing it, but bloody hell. Talk about going against the grain. Esteval had a problem. That's why he came off. Palmer, he's managing his minutes. But you're not going to win the support of the home crowd taking off your best player when we need the points. I'm having arguments with a lot of older fans, and they all say the same thing. Play your best 11 every week. That's what Mourinho did. That's what this guy did. But it's a different world. How many games did Mourinho play in January 15 years ago? I don't know if he was playing 9 or 10 games in 1 month. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I just think the landscape of football is different. That doesn't mean there shouldn't be a standard, but it does mean that clubs have to adapt and evolve. And how do we evolve? By giving the manager more quality and more depth so he's able to rotate and still get results. And did we do that? Open question. Doesn't look like it thus far. But on a positive note, I haven't seen the replay, so I might be wrong. I know the long throws were not good. If Sanchez was at fault, then fair enough. But apart from that, I thought Sanchez actually had a decent game. Made 1 or 2 good saves. I thought his distribution was actually pretty good. I think Caicedo needs help. Fernandez on the ball was actually decent. But defensively, you just can't do it. You can't do it. It's almost like Salah at Liverpool when he wasn't tracking back. Is Fernandez as valuable as Mohamed Salah to Chelsea? Do we sacrifice defensively for what he gives us in output? The answer is probably no. João Pedro doesn't inspire me. Liam Delap, I'm glad he got 9 minutes. I will say that. I'm glad he got 9 minutes. And I hope he gets more minutes. Because without a run of games, I can't judge the man. Can't judge him because he's not had any time. But can I say I'm inspired right now? Absolutely not. And yeah, that's where we are, guys. That's where we are. We got, is it Fulham as well? Fulham? I think I missed out Fulham. We've got City, we've got Fulham, we've got Charlton, all coming up in short spaces. And I don't know what to expect. I really don't. If the blip is anything like last season, we're going to have 2 months of this. All right? So that means January's a write-off. February will probably be a bit tough. And then hopefully we can bounce back by that point. And I'd rather have this problem early and still maintain some consistency in a few cups and then bounce back. I like a strong finish. We like the finish under Poch. Maresca managed to get, but we want it to be convincing. We want to see growth, and we want to see this team improve. Right now, we are still in the mix, but we are falling away faster and faster with the games that we drop points. So I'm not Maresca out. If that's the question you're asking, I'm not Maresca out. I am backing the manager because, you know, it's like, what are you going to do, man? You've got these players and they're not performing. But at the same time, don't shoot yourself in the foot, man. Kill the home support, bringing your best player off. Or at least justify it properly. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he said something. So that's my take on it. I'm not Maresca out. The problems are deeper than that. The ownership, we know what they are. And this is the unfortunate reality of following Chelsea now. Is you are, you know, this is just, as Big Ange said, it's who we are, mate. We're Midco. We're going to run out. Well, anyway, I've run out of steam following Chelsea. How about that? But I'm still going to be going, and I hope we can turn it around.